Hello, my friends. This is Michele from Michele's Craft Cottage. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Aiken, South Carolina. And I'm also one of the 4 members of the Creative Crafters Challenge. On the 3rd Wednesday of each month, we will post a video of the projects we have each done for the monthly challenge. This month we chose to do a 2-page scrapbook layout of our choice. We didn't pick any particular paper or anything like that, so it was our choice. So I'd like you to watch my video and then go to there's links to the other 3 people, and after viewing all 3, you'll find the links in the comments. After visiting all 3, go back to the one that you preferred, the one you liked the best, and write the word vote in the comments for the one you liked the best. And the one that is the winner, because they had the most votes, will get to wear a crown. But I'll tell you, you can't see me, but I don't have a crown yet. I haven't had one yet. So we hope that you find this creativity in our projects and are inspired to create your own. When you watch the video, you'll see who won last month, because she's going to be wearing a crown. And so sit back, relax, and enjoy. And I am videotaping this the day before, because I have guests coming tomorrow night for dinner. So I'm videotaping this on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Okay, so let's get started. So I chose to do mine in black and silver and white. I like something about a chromatic look, and I have done many for this challenge that I do for the Global Scrapbook Challenge. And then they'll tell us what they want us to do for the challenge. And I've done some pretty colorful ones, some monochromatic ones. But when thinking about this one, I don't know, I guess maybe I was in the New Year's Eve mode thinking about that, black and gold and white, or black and silver and white. And this can be used for that. This one could be, when you're done, you'll see. It could be used for anything, because it's pretty monochromatic. It can be used for a birthday, it could be used for a man, it could be anything. It's got multiple options. So I'm starting with a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. I've got the 2-tone one, but I like this side better. And then I decided to use this silver sheet. This is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. And honestly, I forgot the name of this. Let's see, it's right here. It is called Flower Garden, and it comes in the pink and the silver, and I think gold. Okay, I was going to do the pink, because I really love the pink, but I said I want to do black and white and silver. So because this is hard to stick, I am going to use tearing tape, because if you use tape, you got to sit here for quite a while. I mean, if you use glue, you got to sit here for quite a while. So I just run some tearing tape around all 4 edges. Doesn't have to be perfect. No one's going to see the back of it. So I hope everyone had a really great Thanksgiving. Hope you didn't get too overstuffed. We had a good Thanksgiving. We had about, I don't know, I think it was 9 people here. So it was nice. Lots of food. And my favorite thing about Thanksgiving is the leftovers, because I love turkey sandwiches with, just ran out of tearing tape. The next day, I like turkey sandwiches with cranberry sauce and I can find some more tearing tape. With cranberry sauce sandwiches. I just love that. So I had that for a couple days after. It was awesome. Yep, of course, I don't have one readily available, handy. Of course. Oh, this one. Okay. So yeah, so I had turkey sandwiches for the next couple days. Turkey and cranberry. Love it. Okay. And then I'm going to put one through the middle here. Okay. Now what I like to do when I'm putting down a big page like this, I like to take my corners and only bring them so far and fold it down. I am not going to attempt to do this big sheet all at one time. Nearly impossible to get it straight. So I just take a little bit on each corner and fold it back. Okay, that way I can start playing with it. It's not going to stick too much too soon, and that way I can get my edges pretty even. I don't guarantee it'll be perfect, but come down a little bit. Show them straight. Okay. Now I know I've got it off over here, so I can put that down, and then I'll finish peeling this off. Okay. So it's as simple as that. And you just pull those little tabs out, and you probably got it about as straight as possible. I am a little crooked. And you know what? I'm going to have so many layers on here, it probably wouldn't even show anyway. Okay? It's a little bit crooked, not too bad. Like I said, oops, did I take that middle one out? Like I said, it's difficult. Oh, this one ripped too. Difficult when you're working with a big piece like this, and I didn't take it out. So let me take it out now. Sometimes the tape will rip when you're doing that little method, so just be sure to check that all your edges are down. If one edge isn't down, you know there's a piece of backing still in there. Okay? Okay, so that's my first page. It's really not too bad. Okay, now my next page is, now I took a picture because I'm doing my two opposite directions. Okay, yep. So then I took a piece of this DSP, which is 6 7/8 wide by 10 3/4. So I decided I was going to center that over here, leaving some silver showing. And I'll be able to put other things over there. So again, because of this silver, we need to stick this down with tear and tape. So again, like I said earlier, once you've watched mine, please go to the other three, watch theirs, and vote for your favorite. And you have until the following Tuesday. So we do it on a Wednesday, and you have it till the following Tuesday at midnight to watch all four of them. So don't feel like you have to get them all in one night. Watch them at your leisure. You got like, what is it? You'll have Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So you'll have plenty of time to fit them in. Of course, we know it's a busy time of year. Okay, so like I said, I want to put this over here. So I'm going to get it set to where I think I want it. And my middle one's going to help me get it started so it doesn't move. Now look even. That down in the middle. Now I'm going to, so that's two different ways you can do it. You can let that center one hold your place, peel them off, or you can do your 4 tabs and do one side at a time, one edge at a time. So I've been having trouble with this tear and tape lately. Our tear and tape doesn't hold up in some things. I had my craft fair this weekend, and when I unboxed some of my stuff, I had to, good thing I went early, I had to re-glue a whole bunch of stuff that I had made only 3 or 4 days before, and they had all popped up. So I was not very happy. So at the craft fair, we get to set up the night before. So at the craft fair that night, I said to my husband, well, I got to bring glue tomorrow. And I'm a little bit crooked there again. Okay. Then my next piece is going to be my picture holders. So I have 3 parts to that. These are going to be 4x4 pictures. So I have a 5x5, which I am going to go all the way to the edge with. And then I have a 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 that's going to go on that. And then I got the silver again that I'm going to put on here. And then for now, I'm going to put my 4x4 picture holder. So if you don't have one of these, if you've never bought, see, I bought a few of the kits from Stampin' Up, and when I bought them, I took these cards and I put them on my copier, and I made a whole bunch of them so that if I don't have pictures right away, I can put these in. If you don't have it, measure a piece of cardstock or paper even, put 4x4 and just put that into place, okay? So this one is going to go all the way to the right. And let me get the second one because I got to see where the first one's going to go in comparison to the second one. So I have the same amount of space here and there. Now, of course, this is just my preference. I like to do this off-center stuff. I think it's kind of cool. So some people would say, nope, I'd rather have it structured. And that's okay. That's what, people's preference. So I am going to put glue on these 2 edges. I'll put a little bit in the middle, not that it'll be much help, but I'm going to put some glue. But because these sides are going to be held down with the glue, it'll root this center a little bit, okay? It'll just take a while to finish gluing, okay? So the good thing about this is you have your edge, although black on black is really hard to see. You've got your edge to follow. So now I've got my 2 edges that are well down, okay? And now I'm going to do this one and try to keep it about the same, right about there. Okay. I'll do the edges like I did on the last one. So I went home that night and got some liquid glue and got some more tear and tape. Boy, did I go through a lot of tear and tape for that craft fair. Got some more tear and tape, and some of them I put tear and tape on first, and then I added glue to it, let it sit. I went in early on Saturday. Okay, so that's my next stage. Now the next one is going to be the silver again. No, next one is white. Next one is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that's going to go here, centered as best I can. So I went back. we go in for 8 o'clock on the first day, on Friday, and customers are not supposed to come until 9 o'clock, but some were in there while we were trying to set up. So I was able to get my stuff back together, but 1 or 2 of them popped again overnight, Friday night, so Saturday I had to So I'm not real happy with this tear and tape lately. I know down here, up north, we use tear and tape for everything. But I know down here it's a little bit more humid, so it tends to not stick as well here, stay. So I kind of got away from using tear and tape because of that. But there's some things you got to use tear and tape on, you know. Okay, so I'm going to put, this is now the white piece, the silver piece is going on here. So I'm going to put a few pieces of tear and tape. And because it's cardstock and this is kind of a cardstocky back, I'll be able to use some glue as well. So putting the tear and tape first allows it to stay stuck temporarily, and then while the glue settles. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so I'll do some in the corners. And through the middle. Okay. So much harder to do big pages like this sitting down, so I usually have to get up and stand up and do it. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, and then with the picture holder, I don't make it permanent. Oh, you can't see it on this one. One of them has a little tear on it because I put a little glue dot behind it just to hold it in its place, so that you get a visual effect of what it will look like, sort of, kind of. So I usually just stick this in the middle, and I made that just a small border. Okay, so that's where you would put your picture. So let's do the other one, which are all the same measurements. And this one I'm just going to put glue because it's cardstock on cardstock. Yeah, so be sure to watch everybody else's because, I have no idea what they're doing. I know one person said they would rather not do Christmas because they didn't have a lot of Christmas pictures to post or to put in an album. And I don't usually either because my children live in New Hampshire. I wanted to do a Christmas one, but I did a Christmas one last year and only had a couple pictures to put in because everybody lives far away. So now this is going to go next. And I'm going to just put a couple pieces of tear and tape to help me keep it down till the glue dries. I'm going to try not to make this too long. That's why I cut everything out ahead of time. Whoops, don't do that. And I'm going to need to buy some more tear and tape. I use so much. I made a lot of box type things, so I used a lot of tape. Okay. It's already coming together, and I think it looks so pretty. Love that monochromatic look. Go this way just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue dot the photo card. That's just to show if you post it, people will know what that's going to be. It's going to be a photo. Most people don't have their photos right away when they make it. Some people do. Some people make them based on what pictures they have. They match the colors and stuff like that. But I find that a little difficult because I don't always know what I'm going to have. Okay, so that is that. This is supposed to be straight because it's just glue dotted there. Now the next piece that I'm going to add, oh, I was supposed to put that down first. It was supposed to be this. Okay, so I'm going to have to alter that a little bit. I wanted this to run through the middle from this side to underneath there. And that's not going to happen now. So I am going to fold it. And you know what? It's not a big deal to me. It's this one is 2 7/8 by 10 3/4. So I'm going to get a good fold. Darn, I wish I'd remembered that. If I can see it better on this side. So any of you that did my 12 weeks of Christmas, I hope you really enjoyed your cards. I found it very fun. I found it very interesting. I need just like a sliver taken off. I was real close, but not close enough. So I hope you like the cards that I selected for you. I personally am tired of making Christmas cards because I make them for my Monday Night Live, perfect. And I was making them for the 12 weeks of Christmas. And I was making them, of course, for anything else, my craft fair, so forth. Okay, so like I said, this should have gone underneath to give it a little bit of different, but I'm going to stick it here. It's kind of centered between those two. So that's what I'm going to do here. And you know what? There's no scrapbook police to tell me I did that wrong, and that's not going to work. So this is my choice. So again, I want to get so that I'm pretty much in between here. I'll do the other page correctly, so. Okay. So that kind of breaks up the monotony of those colors. Then the next piece is going to be this. So this is going to, again, to break up and give it a little bit more, I don't know, just more depth of color. So this is going to go here. So it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to get it. And it doesn't have to be. I could very easily do it this way if I wanted to. But I want it to be kind of in between the two. That was my thinking. So I'm going to press it against these here. I think that's okay. So I got an idea of where I need to go. And again, I'm going to put a little piece through the middle on this one to help me with keeping it down while my glue dries. That paper gets real curly. And this is a 1.5 by 6. Okay. Let me try to find my midpoint. Up a little bit. Let me stand up, make sure that's pretty straight. Okay, another layer. Get these things out of my way. Okay, and the next piece I did, and you guys will remember this metallic texture rub-ons. I chose to use the silver ones. I was going to use gold ones because originally I was going to do this in gold and black and white, and then I said, no, I want silver. It wiggles a lot when you just put the one in the middle. Okay, so I chose that wreathy looking one, and I'm going to call this my bottom, and then this is going to go over the top here. Now, when you do it over the top of pictures, on the edges of pictures, you've got to make sure that you don't glue down this edge because you're going to have to tuck these things underneath, okay? So I am going to, excuse me one second, my dog wants to come in. I'm home alone tonight. My husband went to play with some guys. He's a guitar player. So this one I decided to use dimensionals on. So I'm going to put my dimensionals in the center here. And like I said, I'm going to let it go over the edge of the picture, which will really look pretty when you add a picture in there. So get these as straight, not that this matters too much. And I'm going to just get it over the very edge and then put it down. Does that look? Okay. Then I decided to cut out a few of these little ferns that matched. I cut some of these off-white ones out, and then I decided I didn't like that. I didn't think it made good, you know, didn't go well with the design. So I'm going to tack a couple of these underneath. I know I left some space there. Yep. See, I'm going to put that one there, just to give it a little bit more just a little bit more interest. Okay. There. And then I'll put another one down here somewhere. I like to be kind of matching. I don't match exactly, but I like to be kind of matchy. And this one's going to go over here somewhere, wherever I can tuck it in. There. Turn it down a little bit more. Okay. And I thought I'd put a couple white ones under here somewhere. And it kind of blends too much with that, huh? Silver. That would work, I think. I mean, this doesn't have to be a work of art, but I do like mine to have some pizzazz to them. So I'm going to put that under the corner. Okay. And what else do I want to do? Oh, I wanted to put one under here. So what color? I think the white might be nice under here. Yep, I'll do a white one. Now I like my, as you know, you're going to put these things in a sleeve. So anything that's sticking up is not going to have much room to stick up after you put it in the sleeve. But I do like to leave things free like this. A little bit more difficult for me to get in. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to do is some ribbon. And this is, I believe this might be discontinued. So I'm going to put my title up here once I decide what I'm using it for. Okay, so it might be Happy Birthday, Merry Christmas, the Great Ball. So I wanted to do something really cool with some ribbon. So I'm going to cut off a big piece here, and this might be hard because I have to use tear and tape on this. Is there an edge here somewhere? Of course, when I want an edge, there's no edge. So maybe I'll go under here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm going to start it under here, which would be under the picture originally. Glue dots, do I have them? Yep. So this glue dot's not going to show underneath my picture, so that's not a big deal. Okay. Then I wanted to just kind of do this in different places. but I'm not sure how I'm going to stick that. This ribbon doesn't work terribly well, so you know what? I think what I'm going to do is just, my vision is not going to work on this with this ribbon, but this is the ribbon I wanted to use because it, of course, goes so well. So I'm going to do this. I changed my mind on that one, which I have the right to do. Okay, see if I can keep this straight. Okay, and I'm just going to do a faux knot here, faux bow, whatever you call it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here, just to give it some more dimension. Turn that because they got the wrong way. And I'm going to just do a nice little knot here. And they look pretty. Just goes so well together. Okay. There we go. And you know, I could glue this down with a glue dot, but once it's in the package, it's not gonna, in the sleeve. And then I picked some, I don't know, here, there. Some either white or black. And I think I'm going to go with the black. Well, I'm going to go with the black because I wanted to put some on here. So I'm going to put a couple of those on here. And when I do my scrapbooks, I do a lot more. I do more than my 3 because you've got so much surface to cover. So I think I'll do one here and one next to it, that angle. So that's 4, so I definitely got to have more. And then I think I'm going to put one over here, another small one here. Stop moving. Okay. And then, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta have an odd number. So I think I'll do another one over here. Because I want to pull my eye in. Okay? So, like I said, I'm gonna have a title here. I'll put the date and other pertinent information here. But that's my basic layout of page 1. Okay? So, page 2 is very similar, obviously. Where this one is on this side, the pictures are over here. The other one's going to have the pictures on the outside, and this, I'll show you in a minute. So there's page 1. I think it's pretty. I love how it came out. But this time I'll remember to put that piece down. So here's the other page. So those two, as I was saying, these two will go towards each other. So you got the black and white on the, together here. And then you got your pictures there and your pictures there. Okay, so let's put this one together. And I kept it all together so I wouldn't have to do too much searching for everything. Okay, so again, same size. These two pieces are the same size as the last one. The other side. Let's give this a little bit of help uncurling. And put a few tear and tapes on it. So my craft fair was last weekend. Is that last weekend? December 5th and 6th. They don't tell you that you've made it's a juried craft fair. So you don't get to know if you've made the cut until the end of September, which I've commented when they asked for suggestions. Please move the selection date up to like July. You've got to apply a month before. They give you a month to apply. You've got to apply by a certain date. And then they give themselves about a month to select who they want. So you've got to send in pictures of, 2 pictures of yourself working on your project, and they say, oh, don't worry about what your desk looks like because it doesn't matter. It just means you're working. And then a picture of your setup if you've been in the craft fair before, and I have. So I had my booth from the year before. And then a picture of your 4 pictures of your products, and they like you to group things together. So I grouped together all my, not all of them, but most of my treat holders. I did some notebooks, so I put those together. Anyway, I gave them 4 pictures of that. Now you have to glue this onto this form that they provide you and send it to them by a certain date. Well, I lost track of time and I didn't get it in till 2 days before, but it turned out to be, one of them was a weekend, so it didn't get to them until a Monday. So because it was supposed to be in by Sunday, which it would have been, I'm sure it was in their office. They considered it, oh, I just ripped that paper. They considered it late, so I had to pay a $50 fee if I wanted to continue. So I was like, oh, and it's not a terrible price, to be honest. It was, I didn't do this one the same way I did the last one, pulling out those tabs. It covers it, that's good. And so I had to pay that extra $50 if I wanted to be along, and it's a 2-day fair. So they, so this one's going to be over on this side, and it's a little bit in, so it's covering, it's showing a little silver. So I'm going to turn this. So then we got to wait a month. So I usually just kind of work on stuff a little bit, but I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because if I don't make the craft fair, what do I do with all this stuff, you know? So that's usually the time I start to do my prototypes. And I'll say, do I like this? Do I want to put this in the craft fair? So that's usually when I do, you know, a sampling of the things I'm going to do. Plus I have some from the previous years that have been good sellers. So I always do those. So I did some, and then I got notified that I was accepted. And so I started, and it only gave me roughly 7 weeks to get enough product for 2 days. So that was a little tricky, but in between that, we also have Thanksgiving. And for me, I also had my nephew who was buying a house down here in South Carolina. So he came and stayed with us from the 17th to the 24th. He had the walkthrough on the 17th, and he had the signing on the 25th, actually. And so I had somebody in my house for 9 days. So that didn't help. So my husband, when he helped me set up, he said to me, "You don't have as much stuff as you usually have." I said, "No, with my nephew here and his 5-year-old daughter, who was adorable, but kept me very busy." Okay, so now this is going to go, let me look at my, okay, so I made this one so that it's right about like this. And where are my pictures? Just want to make sure I've got enough space. Okay, so let me, this is, what did I say this was? This is 12. So I need, the center is about 6 here. So I want to make sure that I'm roughly about 6. It doesn't have to be exactly. And then I wanted to show colors all the way across. Now this is what I should have done with that other piece before I put the picture holders on. So now you know what I was doing. So yeah, so once they finally left, I was working frantically trying to get enough product. And it rained the whole entire 2 days we were there, so we were concerned about not getting the attendance we normally would. But despite the rain and having less product, I made about $70 more than I've done in the last 2 years. So I guess that tells you that I picked some good products this year. So I was happy with that. Some things didn't sell at all, like the big rage right now is, I'm going to turn this so I can work on it better. The big rage right now is those blind date with a book. So I said, I'm going to do some of those. And then in between, I saw Stampin' Up! Has a page that's called Stampin' Up! Scrapbook. No, Stampin' Up! Craft fairs. So people list craft fairs and show products they're making. So it's kind of nice to be able to see what everybody's making. And one lady said she had done a craft fair and not one of her just a blind date with a book sold. So I had already made 5 at that point, so I said, I'm done. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks straight. So I only made 5 of them and not one of them sold. So I was disappointed with that because people on Etsy are selling them for like $30, anywhere from $25 to $35. I'm like, are you serious? And mine were much cheaper than that. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I'm fairly similar. So I was disappointed in that. But 2 of them I can give as gifts for Christmas. I think I had that in mind anyway. But if it didn't sell, I could give it as Christmas gifts. And then anything Grinch sold like crazy, so I was out of some of that. And I made these little things that say, we whisk you a Merry Christmas. And inside a whisk, you put Hershey Kisses. And it's cute. It went really well last year, so I made more this year. They sold out on the first day. So I said to my husband, I got to go home and make some more. So I went home the next day, that night, and made another 6 of them. That's about all the time I had. And some more, a couple more of the, 3, 4, a couple more of the, Grinch one. And the first thing, they were gone within 15 minutes. So those were good sellers. Guess next year I need to add more. Okay. Now this one's got 2 more pictures over on this side, which is kind of cool because it's got a different setup. Let's see, it's kind of right at that X. Oh no, did I turn that one over? No, I didn't. So that X right about there. I don't know if I like that above there though. I'm going with that's what I planned. So yeah, you never know what's going to sell. I brought a whole bunch of my old cards that I've made for lives and so on and so forth. And I brought a bunch of those. I put them on sale for $2. And I sold several of those. Let's see. Make sure I'm in the right spot here. I sold a lot of those. But I had a couple. I was only selling them for $2. So they're just kind of to clear out my space. And I had one person came up and said, oh, I love that card. So she grabbed it, and then she hands me a card. I said, oh, I can't do a debit for $2. I said, because I pay a fee to do these, for every. So I said, just take the card. She goes, are you sure? I said, yeah, please, just go enjoy it. And then Boston Bruins are playing tonight. Can you hear that? And then I had somebody else come up. She wanted a $3 item. Her too she didn't have any cash. So I said, Merry Christmas. So I got rid of a couple like that. But all but 5 of my Christmas cards sold. So I was real happy about that. But the only problem with that is now I got to make some more to send out. Because I usually take whatever's left over, and those are my cards to send to my friends. But I only had 5 or 7. I think I had 7. Okay. Oh no. Did I do that wrong? No, that's right. That's right. Scared me. So yeah, it was a, given that I had less product and the rain really kept some people away, I did well. I'm happy with it. So my thought was maybe I ought to look into other craft fairs, and maybe one in the spring, so that I can have product ready. And what didn't sell in the spring, some of it I could use in the fall. I mean, yeah, at the Christmas time, because that's on the X's. So I'm going to put that on the X's, and then this is just under the X's. So I might see if I can get another craft fair, like maybe twice a year, you know. That way. I used to have a store that I was in, but that didn't work out too good. So, oops, go down, go down. It kind of didn't work out well. So I took my stuff out of there just before the craft fair, so I could take some of it to my craft fair. So now I don't have, before at least I had the store that I could bring the stuff to when it didn't sell, but I don't have that anymore. So one of the girls that was in the booth with me, her and I are going to look to see if we can find another place to put our stuff, so that, like I said, if it doesn't sell at the craft fair, I could probably, there, that looked cool. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to put a piece of this in the middle. I don't know how many minutes I've been on. Oh, I went off the edge on that one. Have to be careful. Yeah, of course, the scrapbook page was going to take a lot longer than a card. So, especially 2 pages. If we just did one, it probably wouldn't be as bad, but it's going to take a while to do 2 complete pages. Heaven. Okay, so those are going to go in the middle. Center that. I don't like having to rush like this. Oops, got to put glue on it. I don't like to rush like this. I usually take quite a long time to make my scrapbook pages. So this kind of makes me a little nervous having to rush. I hope it doesn't come out terrible. I'm just going to add a little glue on the edges here. This silver really likes to roll, so I want to make sure I get some glue on there to keep it down. And it's a little tricky to cut this. You got to be real careful, because sometimes the blade will nick it like a little bit or bend it, so it's like, ugh. I had it on one. I had it on that other page, but I don't think it showed too much. Okay. You know what? I think I did this wrong. well, not wrong, but yeah. I wanted all 4 of them over to this side. But this is okay too. Took a picture of it ahead of time because I said once I pull all the pieces off, I'm not going to remember what I was doing. But this will work as well too. There we go. Okay. So now I got to rethink it because I had different plans here. Because these 4 were going to be over here, and then this was going to be in here, like the other one. Up, up, up. Okay, let me stick these on while my little brain is clicking away here. So these on this side are going to be 3 by 3 pictures. So this is 3 by 3. This is 3 1/8, I believe. 3 1/8. Then this was 3 1/2, and then this was 3 1/2 plus 1/8. Yeah, darn. Should have looked at my picture sooner. It's all right. There's no mistakes in this. You know, you can do it any way you want. It's your personality. It's your preference. You can see I used that one before. I pulled it off the cardstock. Took a little bit with it. Okay. You stay there now. And one more. Yeah, it's been almost an hour, huh? The best part of the craft fair is meeting the other crafters. I've got this one girl that I meet, I end up being next to almost every year, which is wonderful. It's the only time we see each other because she's from, I forget where. We got people from all over the country to come to this one because it's a really big one. So my intention was to put this like I did on the other one. So that's not going to work on this one. Still even, yeah. So I think I will maybe do this, because that one has a tab over there. Or should I do this? Put this like this. Kind of wanted it over like this. But have you, oh, I got a couple things. Have you tried that rub-on product? It goes on so well. And look how beautiful it is. It gives a nice effect. It's like almost like doing a embossing. I'm trying to be funky here. Something different. Do I want to go this way? Put that more that way. Or center this. I don't like center. I don't like that centered. So I'm going to just go for it. See how I messed this page up too. Not really. I have creative license on my own stuff, right? Unintentional creative license. Okay. Now it's difficult to make sure that it's straight. That's why I'm going to go stand up. I don't want it to go like halfway between one and the other. I want it just to be kind of random, but still look cohesive, you know. Okay, and this is going to go here. That's what I'm going to do. When you're a crafter, you have to punt sometimes. Best laid plans. I mean, it's definitely not going to look horrible. It's just that not what my eye had intended. a little bit that way because I don't want that centered in between. Okay, that will work for me. Now I'll add a couple of these. If I can find some edges that want to come up. It's funny how when you want it to come up, it doesn't want to, huh? But then give it a couple days and it's going to be coming up. I just don't want the bottom of that stem to show. I don't like that cut off look. Try one there. That looks pretty good. I'll put one of these over here. Oh yes, got a good little edge there. Good one. Okay, and then one more white one over on this edge. Kind of symmetrical. If I can find an edge. Oh yeah. Of course it's not going to slide for me. There we go. Yep. That's kind of pretty, huh? Okay, so again, I want to put my black stones on. Oh, and this one I wanted to put ribbon on here. And the ribbon is hiding on me. This one I wanted to make a bow. I got my bow maker, so let me get that. I make my best bows. Well, it's not too bad. It's 8 o'clock. It's long. It's long, but I knew it would be longer to do 2-page layout than any card or project. So I hope you're sitting there with your cup of tea or your cup of coffee or your beverage of choice and just relaxing and watching. Listening to me talk on and on. Now I won't be able to do the links for the others right away because I don't have their links because they won't be doing theirs till tomorrow night. So just as soon as I can, I will get the links attached to mine. No barking. I don't know about you guys, but we've had lots of UPS and all those guys in our neighborhood, and every time she sees one, she's got to let them know she sees them. Okay, so let me pull this strip off because it's getting way too long. Oops, I had one on there stuck to my hand somewhere. Where'd it go? There it is. So I'm going to put this little bow in the middle here. And I'm going to put 2 dots because I like to make sure that it's going to stick. It's going to get pressed down. It's going to get pressed down by by the sleeve. But I like to, this one goes this way. I like to still put a couple to make sure it stays until I get it in my sleeve. Okay, so this one was going to have a bow like this. I wanted that angle. So for now, this is curling up a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about it. It will be under that. Okay. Isn't that pretty? I could curl it with my scissors if I want, but I don't want to wreck it. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay. So that's that one. I've got to put my embellishments on. So I want to do, now I want to kind of mimic the other one in a sense. So I have two on that side. So I want to do two on this side. Big one and a medium one. Okay. Like I said, these move around a lot until you get your picture on, but I don't like to glue them. Very hard to get them off. Okay, so I've got a couple of them with, so I'm going to do this, and then the opposite on this one. Let me get that up a little higher. There you go. And then I want to do one right here, a big one, and then a medium here. So is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Got to have that odd number. Okay, and so this is going to be my lead page, so that I can put my title and what it's all about, and then this will be the other page with more of the pictures. It has room here for me to make little comments, but when it's laying out, you'll see, you know, the Great Ball of New Year's Eve, and you know, dates and people, and then there's little spots. Like I made a couple of these little, so that I could put a little journaling here and there with what's, you know, like it'll fit in between here, it'll fit anywhere, so that I can do a little journaling about what it is. There's a big space here to do journaling. You could put the name and the date and so forth up there, and then you got space down here for journaling. Journaling is important when you do a scrapbook page to do show what it's about. And that new set, well, it's relatively new, the set we got that has just a note in it. It's got those pages, which is so perfect for making a journal piece. So let me put the two of them together as best I can here. You can't see it all. I'm going to lay them over each other. But that's my black and white and silver monochromatic book page, double layout. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much. I can put journals in here too. I could put an extra picture in here if I want, depending on how many pictures I have. Thank you very much for following us. Tomorrow night, after my company leaves, I will come in and put the links to the other 3 people. Unless they leave really late, then I'll do it the next morning. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you vote for me, because I haven't won yet. Just joking. You pick your favorite one. That's what we want you to do. And enjoy the others. And I'm anxious to see what they did too. Like I said, I won't be able to see them till later. I hope you like this, and I hope it encourages you to do some layouts. You saw how easy that was. It's just getting a visual before you start. And I start with, okay, I like it to be a little off center. I don't like it to be, like, I don't like that to be the same as that over there. So I just kind of play with it a little bit. And then I say, you know what, I think I'll do this. No, you know what, I think I'll do that instead. So just enjoy the process. It's so much fun. I absolutely love doing it. I must have 12 to 14 scrapbook pages, double page setups now. Actually, a couple of them are single page, but it's so nice to have all, you know, be able to put pictures in it and memories and journal a little bit and give them away to people with pictures in it or not in it, you know, your choice. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming to watch me. I will check back with you tomorrow, and I will see how it goes. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.